Well, we've talked a lot about domestic travel here on Questions from Quarantine, but we do need to address global travel, not only what that means for your summer vacation, but also what it means for public policy and the ability for the United States to interact with the rest of the world. First, I'll go to Professor Juliette Kayyem on her thoughts for this.
Well, it's a great question. I know people want to stretch their wings and whatever, but I'm sort of monitoring what I've now called the summer of exclusion, which is America. You finally got your wall, but that wall's keeping us inside. You're starting to see activity by other countries that could only be described as they're defining us as dirty, as contaminated, and so China. A number of countries excluding poultry exports, the cruise lines deciding this weekend that they were going to do no ports of entry in the United States, travel quarantines against US citizens is absolutely the world reacting to our total failures. And so I think, whatever you want to do doesn't matter. It's going to be a series of rules against it.
Yeah, so just to jump in there, I think I said before, we're learning this very bitter, tough lesson of what public health means. And public health means we're all in it together. And so I see all these sort of suggestions that okay, this company is going to do its own contact tracing. This university is going to do its own contact tracing. Its own public health response, its own public, that's not how public health works. It's public. It means everybody has to be on the same page with the same system, with the same protections, with the same protocols. And I'm sorry that we're going to have to learn this sort of step by step. But, the United States has a very fractured, underfunded, ridiculous public health system and has for decades. And we are going to have to grow up. We're going to have to put some major cash into rebuilding a public health system in the public sector. We're going to have public health departments that actually have computers and Wi-Fi or internet access and staff and laboratory capacity. And that's just the facts, Jax. So the faster that we as a public can get behind that, the faster we're not going to be a global, prevent being a global pariah.
Well, how could I possibly follow that? This has been Questions from Quarantine. Thank you so much. # us Questions from Quarantine for your chance to be answered next week. Thank you.